Aries, hi. I'm going to do a general love reading today for you and just see where it goes. Remembering that love is, doesn't always just apply to romantic love. So I never know until we do the cards, and we'll see what the cards are saying and the universe is wanting to say to you today. All right, so I'm using the Llewellyn deck, and I'm going to start with a Celtic cross layout, which I find is very conducive to a love reading. It has a construct to it, has a bit of a context in terms of time frame. We've got a past, we've got a present, we've got a future, we've got what's in your subconscious, what's in your near future. And we'll see what's coming here for you. Oh, very nice. All right. As I was shuffling your cards, as I do ahead of time so it doesn't take time from the reading, what came to me, and I'm just going to share this with you in case it has some meaning for you, was the saying, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Okay, so there you go. I'm just sharing that with you. In the reading, I've got, this is the guide card that guides us into the reading from the universe. And what I've got here is the Ace of Cups came up. Now the Ace of Cups is your cup runneth over. So my feeling, and we'll see what unfolds for that, is that your cup is about filling your cup. So your heart, your emotions, your spirituality, that part of you, so that, it is running over into every aspect of your life and how you express that. All right. In a position above you, we've got the Five of Swords. I'm just going to draw a clarifier, the Empress. Now this position is an influence that's on you right now. The Five of Swords is kind of telling me to, avoid conflict in your life. So, because the Empress is in a position to want to let her creative nature, her creative organic nature begin to explode, or, as such, giving birth to new possibilities into the world. Now, as I say, this is in a position of influence. So at the base of the reading, we got the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is you sort of beginning. This is at the base, so this is where the whole reading is stemming from. So the Two of Wands is saying to start to look at your future and in terms of where it's going in a different way, in kind of a more of a intuitive way, and to try and see it in, and how it relates to the universe, and not just take things that are happening or that are going to be laying out in the future, not just taking them at face value or singularly, like one at a time. There is a thread, there's a link running through the things, and so beginning to, and once again, this is unfolding, and this goes along with the Ace of Cups, where it's interjecting the spirituality and the heart and the emotions into everything that is unfolding in your life. In the past, we've got the Emperor and the Nine of Cups. So as you approach the Nine of Cups in your recent past, is beginning to once again feel the impact of having the Ace of Cups guiding you right now. So we've got the Nine of Cups. So it seems like now is a time in your life where I see you beginning to want to manifest, to ask the universe for your heart's desire in all areas, which makes sense, as I say, if you've got the Empress ready to manifest that. And then over the Emperor is that part of the universe that is overlooking it. It could, if you want to take it to the extreme, it could be God's card. So it's kind of represents the universe and how the universe looks after people, just like an emperor looks after its empire. At least a good emperor looks after its empire, and grants wishes to the people in in its empire. And that's what I see here. And on you now, we've got the Three of Swords and the Five of Wands. So as you're moving more into, achieving that holistic picture in your life, I see the Three of Swords here on you as, a bit of heartache in the past. Maybe as a child growing up, you were in an adverse kind of environment, and, it kind of broke that little person's heart. Once again, this is genderless, so when we have the Empress, when we have the Emperor, it's not a male or female, it's a masculine or feminine energy in the universe. So with the Three of Swords, it's kind of like that child, the feminine side, the creative side of you was, not nurtured, not, supported, not developed. And it literally broke that little, child's heart. And now at this point, having achieved a certain level of competency in the world, I kind of feel like this is the time when you're going, you know what, I want to step more out into that emotional, spiritual circle now. And you can see, she's stepping into the water, or at least contemplating it, thinking, how can I do that? And then kind of going back and forth with the Five of Wands and going like, how do I do it? Should I do it? Can I do it? And so how and where do I start? That kind of thing. And as I said, Ace of Cups has a pretty powerful pull on you. And then in your near future, we've got the Ten of Swords, which shows me that, we have the Three of Swords, now the Ten of Swords. So in your life, as I say, there have been barriers, there have been challenges, there have been letdowns, there's been, people that did sort of, stab you in the back kind of thing. At least to you, it felt that way. But you survived it. Not only did you survive it, but you were successful. And then we got the Ace of Swords to the point where you're victorious, and you came out of that holding your own power, and the power is crowned with a crown. So beginning to see yourself as not just victorious, but in a truth-seeking kind of way, where you feel like you, at this point, there's that power behind you, that power to find out who you are, and now how can I reverse, the pain that happened to me, and instead put my voice and my power into the world again, as you did probably, when you were really little before all this happened. Then we have the Lovers, and I'm just going to draw another card now. We got the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like in your life, in your, where you are now, I do see you as the Queen of Pentacles, as a person that has achieved a certain level of security and balance in their life, a certain level of knowledge, a certain level of maturity, moving into the spring kind of place in their life where, we've got flowers blossoming. And once again, with the Empress above you, it is a time of rebirth. And the Lovers is under that. So the Lovers tells me that you have experienced, and maybe currently, let's draw one more card, have experienced love in, in your life, in a partner, in a, a relationship of, it could be a, work relationship, it could be a heart relationship. And I feel like you have experienced that, and that you're going into it in a very balanced way, and taking with you from the Swords information, because we got the Seven of Swords that I drew on that. So taking with you information that came from the people that you use the swords kind of the wrong way, in a way to maybe, I don't know what they were thinking or whatever, maybe they, the challenges that universe was presenting to you, but taking some of those and taking them with you on your new path, and using them as the Ace of Swords. As you drew the Ace of Swords, for your voice, then I do believe you've got other things that you can also draw upon in terms of your experience, your thinking, your ideas. It's time. It's time to gather them together and take them with you on your next part of your path. Because as the Ten of Pentacles shows here, which is also in your near future, you're about to create for yourself at this time a holistic life, a life that is secure, that includes family, that includes community, includes success, and all the things. And now with the Ace of Cups also guiding this, it's like for you, this is where you want to go. This is what you want to achieve. In your subconscious, I've drawn the King of Wands and the Tower and the Knight of Cups. So the King of Wands, you know, in your subconscious is a person that's in your life, on their path. Once again, I know Wands can be a fire sign, so it could be a fire sign that has been very instrumental in that they, with the Knight of Cups, they rode into your life. They brought love into your life. They brought the, you know, the romantic, opened your heart that way and created a crack in your thinking, which is why the Tower is there. So this King of Wands is a very important person in your life because they were the ones that were brought to you by the universe to begin to do the healing that the Three of Swords and Ten of Swords that happened to you as a child, in terms of opening your heart and believing that your life can be guided and, you know, your cup can runneth over, sort of thing, into all areas of your life. In the environment around you, we've got the Hangman. So the universe is trying really hard to challenge your perceptions, to bring in different way of seeing things. And as I said, this, you know, you've got the King of Wands there too. And because you're kind of looking for the Ten of Pentacles now, the Hangman is there to say, what about looking at things from this perspective? What about if the things that you build are, and the true security as the Queen of Pentacles that you're building, and the swords that once hurt you now can use as tools, what if those things were the very things that could create your sense of fulfillment and happiness? Okay? So that's how I see that card. In a position of what you want is the Nine of Pentacles. I'm just going to draw another card on that. And the Ten of Cups, which is awesome because you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Now you know, in a position of what you want, has switched to the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups tells me that as we said, your heart beginning to open with this Tower over you by, you know, experiencing love. It's like, I do believe, I do want, not just believe, but I want, now that I feel secure as the Nine of Pentacles, what I really, really want is I want a lot of love in my life. I want to know that that's what I've achieved, that's what I'm heading for now. And then in the outcome, we got the Knight of Swords, so I do see you armed with that sword, as I said, the Ace of Swords here, which has now become your, you know, that you were able to retrieve and use as the sword of truth to be discerning. And you've learned how to use it in a way to be victorious in terms of getting even, you know, love into your life by cutting through your own false perceptions. All right. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to draw an oracle from the future, or sorry, from the universe and see what we've got here. We've got the Merlin. And this is from the Wisdom of Avalon. And the Merlin is telling us that that alchemy, justice, and balance is coming. That's what the universe is wishing for you. Like I said, the Emperor is wanting to fill, you know, your wishes and your desires. That's what the Emperor does for the Empire, and that's what's happening with you right now. And they're using alchemy, justice, to restore the balance in your life. Justice being what you've asked for, what you've put out, what you've lived is now coming back to you. All right, thanks very much. And I am taking personal readings now. You can see the information in the box below. And I will be doing an extended reading, which you can also see in the box below. All right, I'll see you next week.